Hello and welcome to a new episode of Experiencing Infdev Plus. I've decided that in this episode I'm going to explore the Astral Dimension again. That's because the two dungeons got added, so I'm gonna explore them. Of course, they are still work in progress, just like the dimension itself, so the things that you see might change. But before I go to the Astral Dimension, there are things that I would like to talk about. Firstly, I've done a bit of building in between the episodes. I have decided to do the area around the beacons. As you can see, I have this sort of opening right here. I've decided to make it out of bricks and maple wood because I feel like it's a nice combination. I've added these sort of pillars. There isn't much in here, just this small sitting area. You can use this to look around, but there isn't really much to see. I've also added this small staircase so you can go from here to this hill, flowers and such. And for the second thing, I've done a bit of building over here. I've built this part of this corridor, as you can see, and I've decided that this room, which is going to store the dungeon loot items from the Crimson Dimension, this room is going to have like two entrances, and over here is going to be a staircase which is going to lead to the second floor, or as some of you might call it, the first floor, since this is the ground floor for some of you. Anyway, but that's not important. The third thing that I want to show you is that there have been, there have been some changes to the Pigman trading, because now you can only trade like iron ingots with them, but another change is that you can get palladium scrap, which can be used for crafting the paladin set, the items from the paladin set. So this was the only way to get like the paladin item sets for a while, but now that there are in dungeons, you can find them now in dungeons. Anyway, it's time to go into the Astral Dimension. I think I am prepared well enough. I've already explored some chunks in the previous reviews of 1.0, which is how I found this. This is an older version of the Cathedral dungeon. As you can see, the boss isn't here because I generated it back when boss wasn't added yet, and it's missing some spawners. I've decided to generate it since my world is supposed to be a tutorial world, so I want to have various different things. As you can see, it also generates like chests with loot, and we've got locked chests which I can unlock because I've got some keys from giants back when they spawned in the battle towers, which have been since removed. If we look inside, we've got like some paladin items, paladin mace, which I can use to get one of the advancement axe, which I've got silk touch and extended reach. See, I can't really reach. I can with when I'm holding the axe. Then there's Staff of Healing, Ring of Raphael, which got Homing, and the Life Shard. Anyway, I'm now gonna try to find this cathedral over in newer chunks, so it has the boss, so I can show you the boss. So I'm gonna travel a bit and see you over there. So, I haven't found a cathedral yet, however I have found some other structures, those being the tower, which is another dungeon which has been added in the new previews of 1.0, and also the airships. There are two in my vicinity. Those aren't dungeons, but you can find some useful loot there. So first I'm going to fight the boss of this dungeon. As you can see, it's a harpy. First its texture and model is temporary, but there will be some changes made to it in the future. However, for now it looks like that. Unlike the regular harpies, the boss harpy, or Queen harpy as it is referred to officially, also has a ranged attack aside from the melee attack. However, as you can see, currently it's sort of in a standby mode, because it's not attacking me. It only starts attacking me if I get in range or I attack it with ranged attack. Seems like this puppy wants to attack me, but hopefully. Okay, so it won't bother me anymore, so it's time to fight the queen. I'm gonna... Oh, there is another harpy. Okay, time to fight the queen. I'm gonna start by hitting it with a bullet from my musket. You can see when its projectile hits the ground, you get this sort of particles, these particles which damage you. I don't think I've picked a very good spot for fighting the Harpy Queen, since it's probably more useful to fight it somewhere which has more cover. However, I still managed to beat it. I'd be likely thanks to the endgame gear that I have. Because I don't think I've fought well enough. Anyway, now it's time to look inside the dungeon. See what sort of loot we get. Get some backpacks, those are useful. Adamantine, hybrid oil, I don't need a spyglass. We've got holy record. But those battle data scrolls and pouches. The apple. So we have fire resistance, I don't think I need it, or piercing bolt, I don't use them. And last but not least, we've got locked chest. This has got some paladin stuff and elytra, which works like the regular elytra, however it doesn't take damage. So I'm gonna organize my stuff and go to the airship. Now we are aboard one of the airships that I have found here. As you can see, there isn't much to it. The only thing you can find here are the only interesting things that you can find here are these two chests. This one has good arrows, which I'm gonna take, some topaz. I don't need the other things. The second one has regeneration splash potion. I don't think I need the other things, although I might take the saddle just in case I lose my current Pegasus. Wait, I'm gonna go for the second ship, which is somewhere over there. Now we are at the second airship that we've seen. As you can see, the airship is slightly somewhat below me, so to get to it I'm going to use the elytra to show you it. As you can see, it gets equipped in the backpack slot, where you can also equip the quiver, so you don't really need to take off your chest plate. Also, the elytra doesn't take damage, as you will soon see. And also, the second thing I'm gonna show you is the lake below, but that's for later. I'm going to fly like this, and here. It, as you can see, the elytra works quite the same as in modern, except in we don't really have the fire rate burst boosting in Infdev Plus. Anyway, time to take a look at the loot. We got scroll and some pouches, plus some arrows. That's nice, and diamond pouch. Nothing else interesting. However, you can get some other interesting loot. I think the only other interesting loot is the boat in the bottle, which allows you to perform like jumps mid-air, up to 3 of them. Anyway, next up, I'm gonna take a look at the lake, because the Astral Lakes have received some changes in the newer patches. For instance, we got these water lilies, which generate on top of them. There are 3 types. Got blue one, pink one, and the white one. I don't really plan on collecting them. And also some underwater plants, which glow in the dark. Don't think there's anything else that I want to show you, so I'm gonna now go to the Cathedral, because I've actually spotted one in the distance while trying to get to this airship. So I'm gonna call my horse, which for some reason doesn't seem to be coming. I remember where I left it, so I'm gonna go there and check if it perhaps has despawned, because if it did, then that's a bug, which I'll need to report. So it's a good thing that I've read the saddle in one of the previous clips. Anyway, I'm gonna take care of that and go to the Cathedral. Now we are in front of the Cathedral, as you can see, so I'm gonna try to get to it. It's kind of high above, so it might be a bit difficult, as I want to get there with the horse. So I'm gonna try to, so it's too high. Oh, seems like there are 3 around me, because there's another one. 1, 2, 3. So might be somewhat common this version. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get to it on my horse to not lose it, hopefully. I'm gonna try to get to that one since that one seems to be closer to the terrain. I believe I also got the tower, so I'm gonna beat it later. And here we are. We've finally managed to land. Question is, I'm gonna put the horse, probably. I'm gonna take care of it and actually talked about the dungeon a bit more. So I took care of the horse and also a annoying Harpy that was here. So now it's time to take care of the dungeon. As you can see, we've got some pigmen spawning from these spawners. However, they are neutral. The same goes for the boss. It doesn't attack me unless I attack it. Essentially, look. Anyway, to start the fight, I of course must attack the boss, which I'm gonna do, and start fighting. As you can see, the boss uses shoots out projectiles which give me levitation, just like the wind elemental. Which is somewhat annoying, but I'll be able to deal with it. So, I'm sure if you've noticed, but boss also has healing stab, so it can heal itself. And we're done. Now I just need to deal with the other pigmen that are angry at me. As you can see, though, who aren't. And also get the key. Probably it wasn't a very good idea to run past the horse since they might hit it. I basically dynamite. I got more dynamite time because who found another out in a bottle. And now it's time to unlock this thing, which gives me an invisibility cloak, thanks to which the enemies can't see me, at least those that I haven't angered yet. And if we take it here, there's only a backpack, nothing interesting, so I'm gonna take care of some things and then go beat the bosses in the other cathedrals. So, it has taken me a while, however, in the end I've managed to conquer all of the 3 cathedrals. So, there is the loot from the 3rd one. That's some new items that I haven't yet shown you. However, I won't be showing them right now. Instead, I'm gonna explore some more and try to find some more dungeons. Also, the reason why I've wanted to find more cathedrals, aside from the dungeon loot, is that I want to make use of these, because as you can see, it's got quite a few of these spawners. So I'm gonna turn one of the cathedrals into a trading station where I can trade with the Pigman, since it's useful to have like all of them in a small space. That way I can trade faster, and a second cathedral into a wood farm. As you can see, these Pigmen drop pork chops, which I can cook, since pork chops are quite a nice food source. Anyway, I'm now gonna explore some more. I think I'm gonna get the rest of the astral advancements, and once I'm done, I'm gonna go home and show you the new items so you can see what their effects are. one last thing that I would like to show you before leaving the Astral Dimension is this. This is the tower dungeon that I've generated in one of the older previews of 1.0. You see, originally it was planned that the tower would be placed on an island made out of solid blocks. However, that never came to be, so in the newest preview we've got a tower that generates on an island made out of solid blocks. I mean, block blocks. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you. So next up, I'm gonna defeat some, or conquer some dungeons of camera in the Astral Dimensions to get some more gear. After that, I'm gonna go back to the overworld and unlock the remaining advancements, and then I'll see, depending on how much time, how long things take. So, I have returned from the Astral Dimension. I've organized my stuff, so it's time for me to show you what kind of things I got and what do they do, and also of course earn the remaining advancements. So first we got the Paladin set, we got the sword, which has got smite and extended reach. This means that when you use it, you can hit mobs from further away. However, unlike the tools, it doesn't have like extended block reach, and also has smite, so which works like in Metal MC in that it deals additional damage to undead mobs. Then we got the tools, which has got extended reach and silk touch, but the silk touch only works on responding blocks, so pickaxe only works on stone and stone materials and things like that. Then we've got the mace, which works like the mace in Minecraft, in that if you fall from great height and hit a mob, you deal damage that is proportional to the height that you fall from. We're gonna use it to get an advancement. Next up is the Paladin set, which when equipped gives you better falling, which I'm gonna show you. Next up are the tools and weapons. You got the Seraphim Ring, which is, Ring of Raphael, which is the ability of having homing projectiles. The Wind Staff, which shoots projectiles that bounce around, healing stuff that heals you. Invisibility Cloak. I've got the Teachers, locked in a bottle, which I actually need to grab since I can craft it now, but oh well. Front of Gabriel, which can teleport you. There's the Front of Uriel, which I've already shown in my episode about the Crimson Dimension. However, there has been a change made back then. So now the Gauntlet is found in the Astral Dimension instead of the Crimson Dimension. Next up are the Harpy Wings, which are basically like Litra and Fairy in a Bottle, which is basically the Totem of Dying. However, this is how it looks currently, or from what I've seen there are some plans to make changes to this. Anyway, I'm going to show you the items. First, Wand of Gabriel. It's basically a usable ender pearl, so you can just throw it and it teleports you to where it lands. Then there's the Wind Staff, which you can see has got like bouncing projectile, which when it hits a mob, it gives them the floating effect, an effect that makes them float. can't remember what is it called exactly. Seems that it's beginning to. It's beginning, so I'm gonna need to find some animal to show it off, which happens to be over there. So if I shoot the cow, ice away. And eventually the effect runs out, so they will fall down. The ring of Raphael has got a homing effect, which just comes onto the nearest mob, I think. I can't really show any of this here, so I'm gonna try to do the race advancement and show you it a bit. For that, I'm gonna use the command block, which I've shown in the previous episode. I'll teleport up, go over here, and expand my range distance while I see them from further away, and try to kill one of these animals. Seems like I wasn't successful. Let's try again. And it's done. We've got the Ultra Kill advancement. I actually managed to get this Love Struck advancement while off camera because I accidentally hit the Harpy Queen boss with an arrow. So I got that one. Next up is the Post-Mortal advancement. I'm gonna use the Harpy Wings for that, so I can show you them at the same time. They get equipped into the back slot, the same slot where the backpack, quiver, and capes go. Anyway, to fly. As you can see, it's got the same animation as the Elytra. Anyway, I'm just gonna a bit get effects run out, so I'm just gonna take it off, die, and I got the advancement. As you can see, the fairy bottle saved me. So I'm gonna go home and try to show off the other things. Before I go, there is one more thing which I can show you here, which is the Paladin armor. As I've said, the armor gives you better falling, however, that's only if you hold down the spacebar. If I jump and hold down spacebar, I fall down faster, but if I stop holding it, I go down faster, but it still negates all the fall damage, so you don't need to worry about that. Anyway, this will be the end of this episode. I was thinking of making it longer, but I decided not to since I feel like I've done enough. I've already decided what to do in the next episode, which is to fight the new boss in the third dimension. You might have already fought it since there should be a release candidate released before I upload this video. I've also already fought the boss. Well, I fought it before the model of it was added, before the release candidate, so I already know what to expect. I also fought it in my world, which is how I got this thing, the Annihilator. It's basically the multi-tool of Infdev Plus. Of course, it doesn't drop this thing, instead drops something called the Void Crystal, which is a block that can like place down on obsidian, and it damages all surrounding mobs, and you can use it to craft this thing. Anyway, I'll talk about it in more detail in the next episode. As I said, this is a multi-tool, so you can use it to mine stone, wood, or like soil and such. Wait, that's all I wanted to tell you. But before I end this episode, there is just one small thing that I would like to show you. Something that I've built that I forgot to show you in the previous episode, which is this room. I decided to build this room because there has been a new teleporter type added, which is the diamond teleporter. So we now have 6 teleporter types, or teleporter cars. The reason why I've decided to add this room is because I didn't have enough space in this room without. I would have to redesign it, which I didn't want to, so I decided to add it over here. It's currently unused, but I just wanted to show you. Anyway, that is everything, and in the next episode I'm gonna fight the boss.